I suddenly remember it. Solution is in uh, web address. Web address in multi-parameter in web address. Well, but I code it years by years in many projects, but I forgot and ask uh, ChatGPT for solution, and I have idea about memorize existing department detail uh, and not re-rendering. And at last, uh, suddenly from blue sky. It is not from blue sky because I know it. I experienced it a lot of time. I know it is part of web development, multi parameters. Web address is main tools by what we guide, by what we control, by what user control a web application. Okay, let's get. Here is the address of, for example, home page. Now click on department. We have address with one parameter, department value 5. I can change it to department 7. And when I change it in department, I have a visible department's detail left instead of category list. And now, look at now, when I click in category in department details, click, you have a multi-parameter web address. We have remain department value 5, and we have new parameter category 8, or we can change department again and click here other. Okay, and excellent work. It excellent work. You see how knowledge and experience, not only knowledge, cannot is nothing without experience. Experience is impossible without knowledge. At first, knowledge. After that, experience. Uh, for example, I yesterday used, or today, I don't know, I write a word occurs. It is in first in my life that I use that word. It means that word from passive uh, past to active, coming to me. I don't know from what it is. It is when we said thinking in English. It is thinking in English when word coming uh, suddenly, and after that, that word is very often used. Uh, that process of waiting, that process that you learn passive, read books, listening and listening and listening, and use it active, must be, at first must be passive. At first I must listen English. And after that, in some time after that, I must try to speak because I cannot measure my passive affect work without talking. I must talk and see in that talk what words, how many words coming normal. And of course, always be words what we many times listening, reading, and that is our talking is in that limit. But if we're talking every day and months, years by years, and also passive listening and listening, that process from passive to active go organic. It is organic process. We cannot make it faster or slower. It is process, organic process from passive to active. And totally same is with programming, and totally same is with all others process working process in our life. Uh, Something passive is always lot of wider than active, and because of that, people sometimes thinking that faculty, they don't need faculty, but faculty is need who can it invest, and is absolutely the best investment, because it is a wide passive knowledge, and passive must be first. And in active uh, we must practice something from that wide passive, but not all. Depends where we find a job, but in that job, in that process, in our life, in our career, all career, we don't know with what we can meet. And when we meet, if we have a wide passive, like faculty and others, and a lot of others learning and courses, we will suddenly from the blue sky remember and find solution. Here is one example. I said, and I repeat in every video, I record this video about React 2 more than 2 years. It's a lot of hours. And I learn, I experienced in real programs. Now I create e-catalog, and it will be it is part of future e-commerce. And now it is example. I forgot. I have a big pause from using multi-parameter address. You see, we don't need it in admin panel, and before in through video and before, because concentration was on crude. But now I remember, and it is and all is very simple, and very important. Link web address is tools what passed our was passed parameters to server. Our action, users contact with face user interface. A result of that is some parameter what go to through web address go to server. Here is interesting to say that syntax of web address, multi-parameters web address here with slash is different than address with question mark and end sign and variable and the sign equal. Here we have only slash. You see department and slash number 6. It is it would be in it is web address for HTML. Here is a web address for JavaScript. How create web address? Okay, solution is here. Let's see department details. Here it is domain address. Here it is. Now departments. horizontal topic is department list. And you see left, it is department details. And now I click on categories in, here it is, you look at link, stay, we have department number 2 and category 3. It changes other category, category 4. And in right side, I see article for category. Look at in detail. Detail here is department detail. Here is a link to, and here is department, and we use variable department. It is variable from web address. Because department ID is look at and okay, and here is a category and a variable category ID. Here it is. It is template literal. It is backstick. Here it is backstick. Inside backstick, we can write a variable with a sign of dollars and the string. It is a string. It is a variable. Department ID we take from here. Look at. We have it, and we use that department ID. For example, it coded ChatGPT. ChatGPT for example, at first I try like this category departments and department ID. But of course, we don't have department here. Like here it is category. We have category, but we have no department. And ChatGPT say, okay, we use it like this, without a department. We use existing department, but I think I try it before ChatGPT. I try it, but I write only department ID, but not. I forgot dollars and curly brackets. And you see how me and ChatGPT is a good tandem and how we function. ChatGPT cannot find solution for disappearing department list when web address changes department to category. No, and I remember that must be multi parameters address, multi-parameter address. And in that moment, I write here department ID without curly brackets and dollars. Of course, it is not good. And writing like this, instead category, I write departments, and like this, again, not work. And I asked ChatGPT. ChatGPT said, okay, we use and created it. And what to say? Something unbelievable that I don't remember immediately. That very, very common tools, web multi-parameters in web address. It is unbelievable. Also, unbelievable is also how ChatGPT excellent react in my errors and activate and write this dollars department ID. And it is also very interesting. And in the end of this hour working, tandem working, this is what right. This is what right ChatGPT. Great. I am glad we could work through that together. Look at that. And of course, artificial intelligence, like we men, we don't like repeat and repeat and to try and try and try and find in without end, long times, and it means that we men must also ask and ask, like we have that situation in this process. I ask many times something, and ChatGPT thrives solve. I recommend something solution. ChatGPT try solve in that, like memorize department details. Don't render department depends. Don't be rendered because nothing changes, but changes in web address, disappear department ID, and ChatGPT don't see that solution. I see it, that solution multi-parameter. But in creation, in coding, in typing code, ChatGPT is better than me. And okay, we glad we could work through that together. We could work through that together. I didn't be frustrated, and ChatGPT cannot be frustrated because it is machine. And if you run into more issue with routing components or anything else, feel free to ask Happy Coding. Yeah, it is end of this one session of problems and how we solve together that problems. And again, what is important? Important that I learn React 2 and more years. All about that I recorded. My records is 1 hour, 2 hours, some of them long. And all that together give result. And I'm confident because I learned it 2 years. It is passive learning because I go ahead. It is not total passive. All the time I work application, React Redux application. For example, Tank 1, and before it only React application. With Tank 1 application work CRUD and the deep learning CRUD, and that used in admin panel. But here it is not CRUD. It is only read of CRUD, and we see that problem what happened in front of us. I want department list would be menu. Here it is. Here it is. Department list. Okay. It is catalog. And the departments list links top horizontal. And I want it. When we click on department, left category list also menu, would be changed with the department detail. Okay, click department detail. And now click on department detail, category. Write is article for that category. And now we must create link of category, link of articles for category, links. And when I click on that links, we will see article details. It would be landing page of concretely article. I want that landing page stay here, not in separate page, because in separate page I must create all navigation, but here is all navigation ready, and in main territory of this page we will see landing. It would be landing component of articles, concretely articles, and it is always a landing page is a last location what we want to see in any catalogs, in any web application. That all navigation is about to find by aim of that navigation to go to landing page of article, of news, of post, etc. And here with the department and category and department category and article, it is very, very good, very robust navigation, very, very, very robust navigation for market and for e-commerce and other web application. Okay, here is changes. Look at now. We see and why we see now articles like this when I click on department. Here we have links of articles, and when I click here we don't have. And but it is a clearing and working process. Now I must look at in code and get with solution. Here is one moment interesting. When we have domain address, left is category list links. When I click on category list, I have a look at category one, but we don't define it in index. That path is not defined, and that definition of path is in index.js. And about that index.js, I'm not clear with all parts of that. I'm very, very clear for index element. It is like home page, but other parts I must study, and when I would be clear with it, I talk about it in video. For now, there is a job in front of me in this catalog. Solve category list that this path category 1 there is that path exists in index.js, and of course index.js and app.js fundamental, that too is play a role in this navigation in Route 6, and together all about that so I must more study, but it is go with practice. Now solve categories and that article landing page when click on article. Of course, now it path to nothing because we didn't declare it in index.js and create changes what we need in code in app.js. But this video main topic, main tools in every web application is multi-parameter address and how we created it and how we use it. Okay, thanks for watching this video. If you know somebody that needs a course, that need a workshop like it is, share this address and a bigger community, bigger learning for all of us in that community. Subscribe or comment. Okay, again, thank you for watching this video. IK here.